Hey guys and gals, this is Alex with Legendary Apartment Brokers. Today is September 3rd, 2024, and this is the KC Multifamily Minute, where we take a look at everything new that's come on the market here in the last week or so and give you a few stats to start off, hopefully saving you some time. If you're an active real estate investor here in Kansas City or on a 1031 exchange, we want to hear from you, and hopefully this helps you out. So first up, I got some stats for you. As we all know, Zillow, MLS powers Zillow here in the Kansas City area and shows us a lot of different multifamily opportunities. I've got this filtered down for $500,000 plus. Let me scroll up here. Well, actually, it looked like it scrolled out. Podcast listeners, we've got ourselves 86 different apartment complexes that are listed here. Of those 86 that are on the MLS, 64 are still available, which means 18 are under contract. That's pretty consistent what we've seen over the last several weeks. That I don't know if you want to do the math on that, 25% or so is under contract, and we'll see how that changes over time. But that's the MLS Zillow side. The other piece to this is we've got LoopNet. So CoStar LoopNet, they also have listings over on that platform. And there are 38 listings over there. 33 are still available, which means there are 5 that are pending. A lot of crossover there. I think I did a little bit of research on that, and there's maybe 5 or 10 on both platforms that are not on the other. And sometimes they come on later or sooner, depending on those particular brokers and how they operate. All right, well, what about new opportunities? New opportunities here right after Labor Day in the last 7-10 days. There's actually only one new, and that's across both Zillow and LoopNet. But let's get right into it, make sure that that is the case. So here we go. For podcast listeners, I'm going in here. I'm going to filter this down to only showing opportunities. So new days on listings will be about 7 days. So 7 days shows 0 new listings. Just to be sure, we'll go out to 14 days. A couple other ones will pop up on here, but we've actually seen all these. 11 days, 12 days. We'll even go here, sort here, newest to oldest. So 11, 12 days is the last time we've seen something come on to the MLS within this $500,000 plus range. All right. So not going to waste any of your time. Again, I'm here to save you some time. So let's hop on over to LoopNet. Let's do the same thing here. So guys, in the podcast, I've got LoopNet pulled up. See if we got any new opportunities here. I believe there is precisely exactly one here within the last week or so. And we've got one. So let's talk about it. So I actually remember this property. So this is at 5300 Longview Road. Almost sounds like it's in Lee's Summit. It's not. It's west of Lee's Summit in essentially Grandview, just north of the Grandview, just north of 470, west of Longview Lake. I call this South Kansas City. It's 43-unit apartment building, Urban Studio 43. These are all composed and comprised of 1-bedrooms and studios. It was rehabbed a while ago, maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago. Maybe they completed a plan and a project on here to complete the rest of these. It's marked right here as unpriced. My guess is somewhere around $100,000 per unit. If you got a 1031 exchange and you want something that's turnkey, near turnkey, that's probably around $100,000 a unit, let's talk about this property together and see if it makes sense to take it down. Again, 43 units. I'll click into the listing here since we've got a little bit of time. It's actually 42 units according to this listing. It's all on one level. It was built in 2017. That's likely the time it was actually remodeled, although I could be wrong on that. So 23 studios, 19 one-bedrooms. They're all about 500 or 600 square feet. So it's an interesting opportunity if you're okay with one-bedrooms. We can even zoom in here to show you the exact location. Again, it's just west of I-49 and just south of I-470/435, right south of the triangle, as many of us know it here. I would consider this a class, I'd consider a class B- location, maybe a C+. School districts are not going to be, top of the line. However, there's some interesting opportunities here if you can wrap your mind around it. I think the key to it is, if you're 1031 exchange active investor, what kind of turnkey type of project do you want, and what kind of price per unit can you get for this property? That's really kind of what it's all about, okay, at this point in this kind of location. Okay, guys, so like I said, I'm here to save you time, so let's zoom back out. Let's take a look at where we're at in the world here today. Again, today's September 3rd. We've got about 15 more days, 15 to 17 more days until we have a Federal Reserve meeting where they're going to talk about if they're going to cut rates or not. The consensus, at least according to CNBC Wall Street Journal, is nearly 100% confident that they will cut rates by 25 basis points. What's that going to do? Well, hopefully a lot more buyers come in the market. If you're a seller, if you're a buyer, now's the time to buy. Get that property under contract. It's not going to be an instant influx here on September 20th where, oh my gosh, everybody instantly comes back in. It'll be a good trickle, I believe. Now, as us experienced investors know, a 25 basis point rate cut is not going to make or break a deal typically. It obviously helps, so there's that, but it's not going to make a $3 million deal all of a sudden look as good as a $2 million deal. But still, every bit helps. So now is the time to take a look at the opportunities that are out there in front of us and see if there's something that makes sense. Now, if you're on an active 1031 exchange, there are 4 or 5 even on-market deals that I like for different reasons. I have about 15 off-market deals in the, we'll call it $500,000 to $5 million range that all make sense for different reasons. And I'm happy to share all those with you, assuming you're an end real estate investor. And there is great opportunity in this market right now. Even with things being so slow, I'm feeling the activity picking up. So now's the time to buy. Now's the time to relook at selling. It's kind of an interesting opportunity. So this is Alex Olson, legendary apartment brokers here in Kansas City with the KC Multifamily Minute, and hope to hear from you soon.